Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FRZ unit channel. And no matter where you're watching tonight, whether on Kick, YouTube, Twitch, we have an exciting match for you. My name is Blakert_CS. As always, I'm joined by Quantum Deathcat to help guide you through the action. And of course, we can't forget about exploding behind the camera. And QDC, as FRZ look to take on Kahoot Squad, I have some interesting questions going into tonight.
Listen, both these teams are out for revenge. They both faced off against Team Name just recently. They both lost to them. And so we're looking at a team that's on pretty equal footing. 4-2 for both. They are looking for a huge victory. As we've already said, right, 4 losses is essentially that cutoff to make those playoffs. And right now, both those teams are just on the outside looking in.
Yep, just on the outside. I couldn't have said that better, QDC. I mean, realistically, both of these teams are essentially one spot away from each other. FRZ unit currently maintains the 74th spot in ESEA Season 56 main. And Team Kahoot, or is it Team Kahoot Squad? It's Kahoot Squad. Just Kahoot Squad. Kahoot Squad takes the 73rd position, so this matchup tonight, QDC, definitely is going to have a great effect in terms of the standings between these two teams, and I have a lot of high hopes for the side of FRZ, but definitely I think there's some opportunity for Kahoot Squad to be able to work their way into this one.
Here comes the game as we peek from under this car and up their skirts to see what we've got for a game in our hands here. Kahoot Squad starting on the T side and FRZ unit on CT.
And FRZ did actually compete in the Blast Rising in a open spring qualifier 2026 split one some open qualifier that happened yesterday that we were casting on my channel, but nonetheless, it's an 8-hit underway. Toasty's able to find Crisis asleep at the wheel, and Brox has found his isolated duel as well, so it's already dropped down to the 3v5.
Huge advantage here for Kahoot Squad. They can't stop the bomb plant on the side of FRZ unit, and they are finally coming into position to try and stop this. Thing is that these fights need to go their way, and that's exactly what happens when Comrade Sniper gets his kills. Thing is, that bomb continues to tick, and Kahoot Squad in trouble here. What? As the T side maintains a huge man advantage. Thing is that Commander Sniper needs that kill, but he can't get the ace. So FRZ unit go up 1-0 as I got confused from the overlay being switched. FRZ unit are up 1-0.
Wait, okay, yeah, wait. FRZ up 1-0. We're good.
Well, the moment I saw a Comrade Sniper get a kill, right? I'm like, that's not an FRZ unit, guy. The team must be switched. And then I look at the teams, and I'm like, yep, production again. We love you, Graham. We love you, man. You're great.
We'll leave that one off the record, but what is on the record is the first pistol round going in FRZ's favor. Dios has Comrade Sniper here to support this ramp defense, but it's not going to be much help, especially against MAC-10s with USPs. But Comrade Sniper has gone unchecked. He's activated just a little bit late, and Toasty's going to hit the floor. Comrade Sniper's still playing Ring Around the Rosie, but Brox's AK-47 comes out on top, and Jenny has to switch him down.
Well, not just switch, but switch over the Glock to burst fire and burst him all around the shop. That blood splatters everywhere down in hell. And now Dark Potato left alone could very much so get himself in danger, but instead finds a nice little timing to be on the site, surrounded on all sides. He'll stop the bomb plant, and he gets killed afterwards. But getting the Zeus kill is huge, and I mean that's just an extra kill that goes the way of Kahoot Squad.
I mean, not just an extra kill, but a lot of money that goes into the bank account for Dark Potato as well. I mean, you can see that he has $4,600 going into this round, but still, that Zeus kill is definitely a good chunk of change to be able to top off on the utility, top off on the armor. And yeah, as you mentioned, FRZ not able to get a bomb plant, so a little bit of the money is lacking, but hopefully we're not going to fall victim to the same instance that we saw the other day in a on the scoreboard, how it was one-sided, but when it came to the nitty-gritty details, not so much. And as the outside smokes fly for the side of FRZ, it feels like they're going to try and establish this early conditioning. But you have to make footsteps behind the smokes first.
As I start to understand the game more and more on a deeper level, right? Because let's be real here, right? I'm a face at level 1. Blaker, you actually know how to play the video game, right? I don't. But as I start to learn, I start getting mad for other people when I see dumb stuff that, like, oh my goodness. This is the stuff I've been doing in my game? And it's like...
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean,
So-
you even see me have some of that confusion sometimes, but Comrade Sniper, ice in the veins. Toasty's good for the trade out towards Unbreakable, but Katomi is still waiting in lies towards Garage. Molotov has been dropped from Toasty, so his location is revealed, and Katomi has also spotted that smoke flying across as well. Katomi hasn't activated just yet and finds Jackro as well as Toasty, and so Jenny is left in the 1v3, has a lot of room to work, but has a little bit less than optimal time, and Crisis is going to make sure that he has not an optimal time. It's the first round on the board for Kahoot Squad, and it felt relatively well in terms of the ping pong towards outside.
All things considered here, Kahoot Squad getting on the board pretty damn normal, right? You find yourself on the CT side, on the favorite side, and you just get a round with your buy. It makes sense. That's normally what happens, and when you can slip the net like that, like Katomi did over outside, it just makes a boatload of sense that you find that round very quickly. A 1-on-3. 3 alive is huge for the side of Kahoot Squad.
Yeah, and you can even see that. Boom! Well, I was going to say the economy is starting to really have a dent in it. FRZ have 3 members on Desert Eagles. Sharpie and Jenny going to have AK-47s, but you can already see that the presence towards ramp from the side of FRZ has drawn a big reaction. You see 2 members already starting to cheat towards ramp. We also see that secret rotation coming up from Dark Potato, but as the flashbang hits its mark, Sharpie's going to have free entrance towards ramp, and Dios is sent running for the hills.
3-on-4 still. An advantage for the side of Kahoot Squad. They don't need to take this fight. They don't need to. Just wait for it to come towards you and get ready for it. Now, thing is that they have this player right here in the rotation to hell waiting. In the meantime, everyone else is just downstairs here waiting for the fight to come in. So they don't need to push. They don't need to take these fights. 45 seconds left, and Jenny has nothing on this A bomb site. Finds it empty until Crisis averts it, and suddenly it's a 2-on-4, and the last 2 players postulating towards this B bomb site. And the moment that Dios dies over here, he doesn't even die. Oh, that is a great one from the side of Dios. Just add nay to that, and that's an adios. Brax left alone, 1-on-3 now. 2 different angles to look at, 2 different places. 12 seconds. He needs to die before time. And Brax will be given that opportunity as they surround him, but he's getting the kills. He just needs to go for it now. He needs to go for that death. He would have been kicking himself had he died after time. Luckily, the game is tied at 2 with no faffling.
Wait, what was that last word you said? A faffling?
Faffling. No faffling.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought you said a faffling, and I was like, what? I've never heard that one before.
No, a faffling is that a French word? It sounds like a French word.
I don't even know if it's a word to begin with.
I said faffling. No more
Gotcha.
faffling.
Gotcha. Well,
It's a pretty common British word, but I'm trying to expand my vocabulary.
hopefully, well, I was going to say no more faffling from the side of FRZ, but a huge nade is going to open up a big chunk of damage for Katomi to clean up. But Brox has free access to this side, is able to find a kill on his own, but is left in the 1v3. Has to pull off a miracle of a clutch to be able to come out on top of this round. And the patience is on display, but the double peek comes to fruition. Comrade Sniper is going to clean up the kill, and it's going to be a 3rd round for Kahoot Squad.
Huge round for Kahoot Squad. They're making it look quite easy, right? Quite simple. Once they grab man advantage, they are not risking anything on their side. And I like saying it this way. It's disciplined play from the side of Kahoot Squad. And that's how you need to play Nuke. You can't just go for fights all the time. And so if you go and play Nuke, you got to make sure that you are playing like this. Well-disciplined and patient. Because Nuke is all about the push and pull. And right now, FRZ unit are losing the full game.
And in all honesty, QDC, I'm going to have to disagree with you in terms of it being a push and pull kind of strategy. You know, we talk about Inferno being one of those heavy push and pull maps with Banana and Bracket Control being the main factor, but I think when it comes to a map like Nuke, it relies a lot more on conditioning with these outside smokes with the noise behind it, and even sometimes just throwing the outside smokes and silent walking all the way down secret. But as Comrade Sniper has been able to open up this round with a kill on towards Toasty, the resmokes are going to fly in. There's a nade to break the smoke and grant vision, but Sharky's keen to the angle and Comrade's not keen to the shot. There's spams raining through the smoke and no one eats any damage. So with a minute left in this round, FRZ are going to try and sneak all the way in towards Secret, but I feel like they might try and come back to A.
We'll see if that comes to fruition, as most of the players have gone downstairs for now. We could see them rise from the vent. Get called sussed out, but for the moment, none the wiser our Kahoot squad. They're expecting this outside take to take place. Instead, the B site under control. Side of FRZ unit.
Control, but not yet solidified. They still have to go in and clear a lot of these nooks and crannies of this B-bomb site to actually confirm it. But as Sharpie comes out of single door, that will essentially confirm that they have the site free of charge. Jack will be the one to punch the numbers into the bomb, but Sharpie's playing a very dangerous angle towards front ramp. Crisis has found Jenny on that lurk play, so no additional support from the behind, but Sharpie finds a kill. Brox has found his own, and this retake is on. Dark Potato pushes the agenda, but Brox is good for the reswing. It's a 2v2, and there should be some sort of play coming in from Comrade Sniper, but he's looked at the wrong direction, and Brox is good for the trade. It's 3-all for FRZ.
Oof. That's a great round from them. The first one that's gone really well for the side of FRZ unit after the pistol round. That has terrific ramifications for them as well, as the side of Kahoot squad need to use up all the rest of their money, or just decide to save, really, because while they do have 1,400 loss bonus in this round, they'll have 1,900 in the next, and they'll have enough money for the full buy, but in this round, just barely not enough. They'll decide to save.
Really not enough money, but FRZ still kind of in a similar boat. You can see Khalil's Mac 10's being brought out into the field, but Jackro is going to look to send himself out into the yard. Deagle shots get flown through the smoke, but nothing connects its home. This Toasty finds Comrade Sniper from top Marshmallow. The evacuation should be in order. You see Brox as well trying to line up some resmokes for outside, and that's that conditioning that I was talking about. Sharpie's found a kill on towards Dios out ramp, but Crisis is on this information push towards lobby, and if he's able to strike at the right time, he might be able to catch everyone off guard, but Toasty is too prepared for the angle. It's a 2v5 in FRZ. Their patience is paying off.
Look at that huge man attack. I mean, to be expected, right? With those kind of guns that they're up against here, it'll just be a matter of time before this round goes the way of FRZ unit and they take back the lead as Sharpie grabs the final kill. And that'll be a fourth on the board as, oh, that is nearly a great play from the side of Sharpie, but he just can't pick up the gun in time. Great, great thinking, just not fast enough reaction speed.
I mean, hey, the thought process was there, and that's what matters. Tactical timeout for Kahoot squad, though, is they want to get their thought process in order. Feels like FRZ have had success at least trying to draw rotations with the outside smokes and then the cutting of the sound. So whether or not they look to continue that with more utility, whether it's towards outside or even towards ramp, Kahoot squad have not necessarily had an answer to some of these fake plays that FRZ are trying to throw at them.
I got a question for you, and I wonder if you have an answer to it.
Okay.
Does Brox's op shots bring all the boys to the yard?
You know, realistically, I think it's going to send all the boys running away from the yard because they don't want to go peeking into it because Brox's op is better than theirs.
There you go. I was wondering how you were going to bring that in. Thank you, man.
I had to. Just
you
like
had
Sharpie.
to. You had to.
Yeah,
I love to make you think like that, though, as Sharpie thinks about jumping in from Mini onto the heads, and the Goomba Stomp brings in a man advantage for the T side, and suddenly Hell and Decon are completely taken over. Downstairs is taken over, and the yard belongs to FRZ unit. The op shots haven't rung out just yet for the side of Brock. He's downstairs here, and his op shot will clear out the yard. There you go.
Sent them all running.
66 seconds. Sent them all running. 66 seconds left, and Dio's going downstairs from the ramp. Meanwhile, the other inside the lobby trying to hold on to the A-bomb site by himself. Both teams just trying to figure out what bomb site to go to from here on out.
Yeah, it feels like FRZ with having Toasty in towards Hell are relatively comfortable trying to make an attack on towards this A site. Toasty has to be cautious of this angle. 35 seconds left on the clock. Molotov to prevent a rotation in, but Crisis has an activation from Vent that hasn't happened yet, and as it does, he's able to find Brox. Bomb is scooped up from Jackro, but the numbers still have to be punched in, and as they get punched in, Toasty is top Marshmallow and will clean up the rest of the meal. It's 5 rounds on the board for FRZ, and the op is recovered as well, so Brox will be able to continue his op presence outside.
That is huge for the side of FRZ unit. Kahoot squad now in deep financial trouble because they got to save once again. And for the side of FRZ unit, that kind of solidifies a 6th on the board. And being on the T side, being able to tie at minimum is huge.
I mean, but at the same time, BDZ, we talk about all the time how when you get into the higher levels of Counter-Strike, and more specifically North American Counter-Strike, it feels like Nuke becomes a lot more of a T-sided map because you see a lot of creative strats being pulled out from that T-side IGL. Whether it's, you know, FRZ's IGL, whether it's Kahoot Squad, whether it's Wildcard, whoever. But I still think there is a lot of room for creativity. Dark Potato is going to be completely clotheslined by Jenny as this anti-eco is going to be a nice and slow one, which is completely expected.
Honestly, I kind of agree with you here. It's more so that the CT side has too many options to think about, and when your defense is spread so thin on a map like this, right, you only have one player towards ramp. You only have one player outside most of the time, right? When you think of how that affects your play, it for sure makes it a little bit harder because this map is, weird as it is to say, a lot about the individual play. If you hit your headshot first, when you go towards ramp, that's it, right? That's essentially the round right there.
So I think that although it is, you know, heavily individual in terms of the gunfights that need to go on, I think there's a very hefty aspect of team play in terms of gathering information, at least on the CT side, gathering information and trying to deduce where the Ts are trying to make an entrance in, whether that's through information pushes through ramp, whether that's going down secret early on and trying to just maintain control, or even just trying to spot for information. It feels like Kahoot Squad don't necessarily have the answers to the problems that FRZ are throwing their way, whether it's the outside smokes with the lack of noise, and then an eventual rerouting back up to the A site. And even the lurk of Toasty has been able to find some great gaps with the jump down from top mini. We've even seen walkthroughs from ramp, and overall, FRZ in the driver's seat, as you mentioned, able to secure at least a tie going to the second half. And Brock still has the AWP.
Not only does he have the AWP, he has the money as well to rebuy it if ever they lose this, and it might even seem like they have 2 buys. So all things considered here, looking relatively strong for the side of FRZ unit, and if they lose these next 2, then yeah, they're going to be in rough shape heading into round 12, but that's essentially the only weak point that I see here is, well, Kahoot Squad now have themselves full max loss bonus and a full buy heading into this round. Meanwhile, FRZ unit have themselves an economy, and if they win this round, they'll have enough money for the rest of the half.
Yeah, you can see FRZ showing a little bit of a different start to the round. Toasty is going to be posted on a sweeping angle. It's a flashbang, but can't find the tap. There's a reswing in order from Sharpie, and he's able to find the trade, but Dark Potato still went 1 for 1. Well, Katomi was able to find Jackro lurking towards Secret, but Sharpie for the second time tonight has second-guessed who is on his screen. Jenny, now leading the charge out of this A site, has to deal with 2 players, but Brox shuts down the heaven play. Brox finds a second and now has to find 2 more to pull off a 7th for FRZ unit. He goes swinging around the corner, but the no-scope doesn't connect. It's a 4th on the board.
He knew he had to rush that. There was no way that was the ramp player. They only knew that they took care of him. So that was a play to be made because you know the other player was outside. Well, you need to push, right? You need to push onto the player that's on the site. and take that fight. That's exactly what he does, but with how quickly he went, he needed to make sure that he just shot first. And by that, I just mean going for the no-scope willy-nilly and just hope and pray to God that you hit it. Sadly, he did not pray hard enough, and so it's the 4th on the board.
And Dios is going to hit the floor early with an over-aggressive peek in towards ramp. Had the op to help support, but Comrade Sniper was a little bit further back. Jenny pops a flashbang to force Comrade off of the angle, but Comrade isn't ready for this left side peek, but he hits the flick, so it won't matter either. It's a 4v4, a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, and FRZ have not really made an entrance to any other part than ramp, and it's already been shut down. Crisis is trying to get aggressive in towards Hut, but the pre-aim is a little bit too far forward. Brox is posted towards ramp, but Comrade Sniper has the angle, and there has to be a jiggle, but the bomb is now down in the lobby. Comrade Sniper is the sole member trying to hold it down, but Toasty finds the frag. It's a reposition if they want it for FRZ. The A site is currently on lockdown.
They have an idea of where Katomi is, and if he walks the smoke, he's a dead man walking. He does not get found. Luckily, Toasty gets off the bomb in time, but he doesn't get the kill, and so it's a one-on-one. Bomb not down, and a fake coming in from Toasty, hoping to get a repeat, but that's not the case. And Toasty could go downstairs here.
Yeah.
And Toasty knows it, but instead he'll hide. He'll check every damn corner that he can think of. But with 20 seconds left, he's losing too much time. If he goes towards out, this is gonna be it here. 15 seconds left. He can't go for that. He can't do that. There's no time. He needs to go for the kill, and Katomi is expecting this to go downstairs suddenly. Yeah, he's gone. He can't plant the bomb. There's no time.
Does he have it?
Is there?
Okay. Holy, I thought there was... Holy, if Toasty is literally a fraction of a second quicker there is an opportunity for him to pull off that clutch. And although it was slim the odds, how does Sharpie miss that shot on the player walking through the smoke, QDC? That is an inexcusable frag to miss.
Pretty bad one, I do admit. That is a rough one from the side of Toasty there. He could have gone downstairs. Honestly, that's just a real mess up here from the side of FRZ unit, because all in a day's work here, right? Not even getting the bomb plant in that situation is terrible. That is the real travesty in all this. You have 40 seconds. You have full control of the A bomb site. You could go downstairs to the B bomb site, even if you think he might be down there, right? Just plant on A then if you're afraid of him having gone down the vent. I just don't understand how you have to take that much time to try and circumnavigate the world just to not even get a bomb plant.
There's the last round of the first half. Does come to a close. Or comes to an opening. Looks like it's going to be a fast A play, maybe? No, just nade break onto Squeaky and a lurk smoke before the vent, but Jenny's going to be the only one offered up. Big boom! Finds its mark onto Sharpie, but the utility is being prepped. Molotov towards backside. Crisis is able to extinguish it immediately, but Jenny's still leading this charge out towards the site, and frags are happening all in favor of FRZ. Whoa.
Here comes FRZ, having completely taken over the A-bomb site this time with much more conviction. Dios left alive in 1-on-4. He'll find that first, but that's all he will get as he shot through the smoke. And FRZ unit win out their T side of Nuke. But as you were saying, right, this map is pretty T-side over in NA in these levels of play. You never know what the T-side IGLs can call. And for the CTs, they're spread too thin for the most part. And then just suddenly get hit by a truck that is called a 4-man pack just going outside. And there's only one player to try and deal with them, right? Sometimes it's very hard when you're spread that thin to get a one and done. I think that's also the problem with North America for the most part, right? I mean, we didn't really see that with Kahoot Squad, but FRZ unit, I feel like, have an issue with getting a kill and then retreating.
In terms of not retreating or getting too aggressive?
Both. As Sharpie grabs the opening engagement, grabs all the aggro because of it, allows Jenny to get one, but trades all around as Brox comes in and gets himself one through the air. That's Gatomi dead. And Toasty, waiting on the A bomb site, could get a free kill, but he's looking away from the door, and Comrade Sniper doesn't get through it. So it's a 2-on-2 maintained. Bomb picked up by Crisis, who's about to plant it on the B bomb site. Toasty, though, coming in towards vending machines. And Crisis thinking twice, maybe wanting to go through hell, wanting to check if Brox is still there, perhaps.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Brox is now retreating, cautious of an outside play, but he's turned at just the wrong time, and the timing works in his favor to escape the gunfight just momentarily. He's repositioning towards Unbreakable, so if Comrade Sniper goes peeking around, then he might be found out, but little does he know, the ladder is going to be making all of the noise, and Comrade Sniper is going to eat a chunk of damage. Bomb is punched in from Crisis, and Toasty has an activation out towards Hut and finds the kill. So it's a 1v2 for Comrade Sniper, but Brox has a defuse kit. There's a flash on the belt as well, but he's being sandwiched between Toasty and Brox. And typically that sounds like a pretty bad thing, but I wouldn't mind being sandwiched between Toasty and Brox.
That sounds like a nice Friday night special to me. So all that said, it gets FRZ unit up to 8, and they win their second pistol of the game. This time around, it is the correct team, though. We're not calling the wrong team for the wrong play. What are you laughing about? That's exactly what you were setting me up for. Come on, man. Even though it's a Wednesday night, all right? These guys are busy. They're going to work in the morning, all right? At Friday night, that's when you can get sandwiched between these two guys. Hell yeah. Slide into those DMs like I'll slide between the two of them in the bed.
All right, well, we'll see how that goes on land, but in round number 14, it's a mixed buy from the side of FRZ. MP5 SD in the hands of Toasty and Sharpie. I'm surprised Sharpie's not electing for that Swag 7, but still trying to play the close angle.
Plenty of game left to be played here for Kahoot Squad. They cannot let this one go. However, Jackro in the back ranks could get himself a nice kill, but instead goes for the trigger discipline. He'll get 1, 2, 3! Beautiful with the MP7 traded out, but look at Toasty in the back ranks, getting himself one and cornering that Comrade Sniper. However, 1-on-3, Comrade Sniper gets the first two. Brox coming in from Trophy into Vending Machine has no idea where Comrade Sniper has gone. Comrade Sniper has no idea where Brox could be either. He's gone around the world, and he's going towards back into the lobby, hoping to get Brox by surprise. Bomb is still down in that lobby. And with 40 seconds left, he can play around that clock.
Yeah, this position from Brox is really well thought out. If Comrade Sniper goes clearing around this corner, he kind of deserves the kill. But at the same time, Brox, if he's able to catch Comrade Sniper walking in towards Hut, has the information. But now, Brox should go checking if that bomb is still down on the floor. And the moment that he sees it's not there, there should be a rotation down the vent. And with 15 seconds left, I'm expecting that check to come in relatively soon, but it will not come in at all. Bomb is going to be planted on this B site. Comrade Sniper has the chance to pull off the clutch of a lifetime. 18 HP, going towards single door, is not going to be meeting Brox relatively close, but still trying to find the isolated duel. Molotov towards back of the boxes, but Comrade Sniper has dodged the utility. Brox goes flying out, but the shots will connect, and Comrade Sniper clutches up the 1v4 to put Kahoot Squad onto 6.
Comrade Sniper, not just with a clutch, but that's a 1-on-3 that goes their way. It's huge to keep them in this game on the side of Kahoot Squad and FRZ units. Not because you're on your CT side that you're going to get an easy game from here on out. Kahoot Squad still here, alive and kicking.
And I think there's been way too many just kind of isolated duels that have gone the way of Kahoot Squad. I mean, sure, when FRZ are playing as a team, it feels like the frags are going in their favor, but as soon as the isolated fights start breaking out, Kahoot Squad at least seem to have the better mechanics on display.
I feel like it's a bit more composure, is it not? Like, they're not caught out of position like FRZ unit seem to be, as Jenny catches Dark Potato with that first beautiful 5-7 play as Toasty then grabs aggro back as That is the lobby completely clutched. Katomi comes up in the background with no kills to go with. And it's a 4-on-2 as Comrade Sniper finds Jackro. He needs to find way more than that, though. And he's surrounded on all sides. And that's all she wrote for the round. Round number 15 goes to FRZ unit as we switch around again. And Kahoot squad going in circles. Now going to be wondering what the hell do we need to do if we want to win here.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about it, how FRZ, when they're playing as a team, seem to find frags relatively easily, but as soon as they start splitting off into these isolated duels and trying to find the individual plays that, you know, look good in the highlight reel, but don't look good in terms of the general scoreline, that's when FRZ start to falter. Katomi's going to take a heavy aggression towards back red, but Jackro's still on the retreat. There's a swing in order, but Brock sits down Katomi. And Comrade Sniper with 3 HP has no chance.
It's a rough one for the side of Kahoot squad. Normally when you got these Tech 9s in your hand, you go for the rush on the A site, right? This is normally the correct play with the high-skilled gun that is the Tech 9 that can easily one-shot you from across the map for no gun reason, right? But 5 alive for the side of FRZ unit, 10-6. And they are in complete control right now as Kahoot squad sent back to spawn, and they're not even going to be able to get themselves a full buy here.
Yeah, it's going to be very mixed. You can see Dark Potato has $3,200 after the armor, so AK in hand. It'll be Crisis and Katomi that find the short end of the stick. Dios decides to join them with that Galil, opting for a little bit more utility. And as round number 17 is underway, it's going to be outside smokes once again. FRZ feel like they have a pretty solid counter, but at the same time, this is going to be the first time that I think outside smokes are actually deployed for the side of Kahoot squad. So we might see a little bit more prodding from the side of FRZ.
FRZ have been doing a really good job when they were on the T side of really messing with the heads of Kahoot squad, right? Always putting down those smokes and making them think, okay, what if they're outside? What if they're not, right? But at this point in time, they've shown no presence outside whatsoever. They've put down the double smoke, and as they fade, they didn't hear a thing. They're expecting this to come towards the A site. They've got Brox downstairs in B just to make sure, but otherwise they've got nothing else. And when they see these players inside of the lobby, it just confirms it. Brox can come back upstairs as Sharpie deals with the first 2, looking for 3 more for Nate.
Yeah, look, Jenny was quick on the rotation up towards Heaven, but offered some support towards Ramp and is not going to get a chance to activate. Dark Potato shuts it down. Flashbanging towards J-Hall does blind the teammate, but nonetheless, it's just a secure rotate into the B site. Brox is awaiting in towards Radio Room and finds the head of Comrade Sniper and finds another kill. Actually, never mind, it was Jackro. But nonetheless, Brock's still able to collect his 2 in the round. And FRZ on to 11, only need 2 more to close it out.
And Kahoot squad are in deep trouble here, right? They bought in the last round. Essentially, they forced, right? They could have done a partial. That way they could fight into this round with a proper full buy. Now instead, they're going to have to fight for overtime with that full buy, right? They're going to have to fight for 6 in a row unless they somehow miraculously win this pistol.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past them. We've seen some crazier things in ESEA League before, and this is exactly what we're watching. If you're just tuning in, it's FRZ unit taking on Kahoot squad. This is week 4 of ESEA season 56, and it's the main division. Sharpie's able to find one on towards Dark Potato. The isolated brawls are breaking out, but Sharpie has finally been able to wrangle the import spray and connect the dots.
Opening's gone the way
no
of
way.
the squad, and I mean those Eagles have been singing, but Jenny in the clutch brings FRZ up to 12. What a disaster that would have been. As you said, we've seen some crazy stuff in the ESEA League, but that almost isn't good enough. It's only good enough with horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear warfare.
And unfortunately, only one of those things, well, now that I'm thinking about it, 2 of those things are coming to fruition in the server, and it's going to be nukes, because we're on the map nuke, and then hand grenades. So, in round 19, FRZ looked to close it out. we see Kahoot Squad with a full buy, but no AWP in the hand. So if Brox is able to play the range game, this might work in their favor. Benny's found an aggressive peek in towards ramp and rewarded for his kills, but Toasty's wrangling that AK beautifully. Finds 3 kills, and now it's all on the Crisis to prevent FRZ from taking the victory, and he can't do a damn thing. Jack Rose shuts him down, and it's a FRZ unit victory.
Huge W for FRZ unit. It looked like Kahoot Squad were about to get themselves a response because those first couple of rounds were looking pretty solid, and then it just essentially fell apart. Their buys were not necessarily questionable, but the way that they were keeping up the economy just wasn't working out for them, and it cost them the loss, I would think, in the end here. Also, the T side just didn't really have the firepower, right? They never went outside, so essentially they were going inside every single round, and that alleviates a lot of pressure off of the CT side because, hey, that's one less position that dies every round or that you have to look out for, and because no one ever went downstairs, well, they never really had to put anyone down there.
Yeah, and also in one of those rounds when we saw Kahoot Squad actually deploy those outside smokes and immediately try to go back towards inside, we saw an immediate reaction from, I believe it was Jackro outside, and even sometimes Brox just trying to push through the smokes and all-out confidence swing the side of Kahoot Squad. But nonetheless, it was well-deserved. It was a hard-fought victory. There were some shortcomings, I think, throughout the match, but nonetheless, they're able to pull off the victory 13-6 and have secured 38th place in the main division of North American ESEA Season 56. So congratulations to them. And QDC, I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
You got something else. Come on, tell us what you're about to do, sir. Huh? Come on, shout yourself out here.
All right, I'll self-plug a little bit. Me and QDC are gonna head out from the FRZ unit channel. I almost said the forbidden F word, but okay, well, not that one. I'm just gonna stop. My name is Blaker CS. We have Quantum Deathcat to my left to help guide you through the action. We've had Exploding as well, giving us the great camera angles. And I'm going to go jump out of here. We have a locally hated match taking place on my personal Twitch channel. So if you're wanting some more exciting Counter-Strike action, make sure to check that out. And what is the next FRZ match? Thursday, February
tomorrow.
5th at, wow, that is tomorrow. My days are blending. Tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, same place. You know where to find us, and we hope you have a great night.